And now we're moving on to our final card of this online workshop. And this again is a simple one. I'm making this as a winter birthday card, but again, it could just be for Christmas. It could be for any occasion. We're just using one of the winter scenes again. And I've already cut this, but I'll show you sort of how I did it. What I did was cut from the top 2.5 inches so that this panel was 3.5 inches high, and then I cut those into 2-inch strips, so this will make 3 card fronts. And what I've got is some Misty Moonlight card, and this piece is just a mat that is, let me work it out, it was 3 3/4, no, 3 3 3/4, sorry, 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, that makes sense. So, because that then gives it just that little margin all the way round. So I'll move those out of the way. We'll just move our card insert out of the way. And then just for a little bit of an addition to the card front, I cut a card front of boho blue, and then I've run it through the embossing folder that we used last month, the painted texture, and that is giving us our card front here. You could go with just a plain card front, but I just like that little bit of something extra. So that is what we're going to do. And then I've used the All That dies to die cut out a little oval label for the sentiment and banners. Now there are different ways that you can use these. You could overlap this with the edge of the sort of scene here and have these banners sort of pointing down. But what I'm actually going to do is adhere these banners together so that they are quite close in. If I have them all the way out like that, then they're actually going to be quite wide on there. So I want a little bit of an overlap, but it's personal taste, entirely personal taste. So I'm going to pop those together like that and then pop that onto the front there. So we'll just assemble this, but I wanted you to be able to see how it comes together. So I'm just going to use seal to put this onto the mat. And like I say, because of the way that I've done this, you'd get 3 of these out of one card, one sheet of DSP. And this is, of course, that same, oh, I've not put that on very straight. That wasn't very good. And I'm going to adhere those together. Now, I'll show you what I do because I've not done that very straight. I'm going to cheat and just try and straighten this up a little. Things go wrong when you're crafting. So what I'm going to do is put this on my mat, and I'm making sure that I'm wanting this line nice and straight. And I'll trim that away like that. Now it has left it a little bit rough there, but if I just fold that back a little, unfortunately I am pretty much going to have to do this all the way around, and it's just the tiniest little sliver that needs to come off. So, and I think we can get away with it, but I'm actually just going to because it's so close to the edge. That's not great for I probably could do with a new blade in there. And let's just tidy this up a little bit. Because it was such a tiny sliver, it has actually kind of depressed the card a little bit. So that's not the best way to go. Much easier if you do put it on straight in the first place. Right, so now, worth you seeing that I still make these mistakes after many, many years of crafting, and see how I actually fix them, as it were. Not perfect, but better than throwing away a whole card front. So that, now I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. Got some dimensionals here. And I'm actually going to bring in a different stamp set. Obviously, as I say, I haven't got the horse and sleigh stamp set for this, and it wouldn't necessarily have sentiments in other than Christmas anyway. I've not double checked actually, but so I'm now going to pop this on. What I'm going to do is just use my grid paper in the background to get this sort of midway, and then pop this on so that it's about midway, but I want it a bit closer up to the top to give room for the banner below. And then like I say, I want to use an unusual stamp set. I'm using the Zany Zoo, but that's because I'm just wanting the birthday sentiment from this. Here we go. And I'll use Misty Moonlight. So obviously you're stamping whatever sentiment you want with yours. So that. So like I say, this is great for winter birthdays as well as Christmas cards. So, and I wanted to just let you see that that is a possibility. So we'll pop a couple of dimensionals on there. And then we'll have this below here, and again I'm just getting that centered with the picture above it, like that. And you can see that that texture just adds a little bit of something without distracting from that little image in the center there. So where did I put my insert? I think that's the one. So I'm going to use another sentiment from this and a little bit of confetti, and that's all that I really need. I'll just stamp the sentiment. I don't really want to, I've got the piece left over, the large piece that I took from the top, but you can see it's quite pale, so I'm more likely to actually use that side of it. So I am just going to stamp the insert. So we'll go with the sentiment there like that, and then we'll just pop some bits of confetti across the top, and I'm just going to rotate this around so that you get a different kind of shape to it all the way across. There. And we'll just pop that inside now. So apologies for the mistake with the placement of the image, but like I say, good for you to see that I still get that wrong as well, and not the best way, or not the, I'd have preferred to have avoided it in the first place, but and I could have done with a sharper blade, but I think that shows that you can't really tell, especially because we've got that texture in the background. I didn't do all of the sides, but they're close enough now that you'd have to look really close to see that there's a problem with that. So that is our 4 cards for this month's Make and Take for this online workshop. If you need any help with ordering, please get in touch and I will help you with that. Be happy to help. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you for next month's online workshop. Thanks for stopping by.